Hello, visionaries, and welcome to your Friday live event. Today is a really super fun event we have planned for you because we are celebrating our brand new Facebook group, Spiritualized Human Design. We've been wanting to announce this for a very long time, and we want to celebrate this new energy and frequency with you because we have some big intentions and big visions for this group. We are here as part of our mission and our purpose to assist not just in human design, but also in this spiritual awakening. And that is the topic that we are going to talk about today. So if you are here live, please say hello in the chat and let me know where you are tuning in from. Hello from New Jersey Road. Good to have you. Hi, Lucille. You made it. Congratulations. Hey, Bella. Yeah. Hello. Welcome. Also today, we are drawing the last raffle ticket to the Rave Cosmology Workshop. If your name is not in the hat, you can still put it in, but it's getting kind of close. Actually, what I'm going to do is I already have in all honesty, I've already pulled the names from everybody who invited people into the Facebook group and who we gave tickets to everybody who had friends sign into the Facebook group, every invite that they sent. And we drew one name last week and we're drawing two names today. And because this is the launching of the new Facebook group, I am going to let these names build one more time. And because we're trying to really expand the mission and the purpose of this group, we're going to allow everybody who brings in any shares and invites any people from today to next week, we will do one more free ticket to Rave Cosmology. Okay. So we want to make sure that if you guys are promoting the group to your friends and families and people in your communities, then we want to give you an opportunity to also come into the Rave Cosmology Workshop. So the topic for today is spiritual awakening and your human design chart. Okay, this is a really important topic, and really this is the foundational piece that I feel like both sides of the spectrum are missing. The spiritual practitioners, the healers, those people that are creating spiritual and heart-centered businesses, I feel that if they don't know their human design, especially if they're projectors or they have a lot of individuality, then it's very hard for them to bring their spiritual gifts in a practical way. Now, I also see it on the other side. I see that human design practitioners get in their mind, they study, and they turn this into an intellectual form, and they don't understand that spiritual awakening was the foundation to human design. It was the foundation. It was how it was birthed. It was birthed through the encounter. The encounter was a spiritual awakening, regardless of what anybody says. The encounter was a spiritual awakening. So, thank you guys all for being here. It's really, really exciting to have you here. And I'm super moved by the commitment of this group and all of you guys' engagement in the group and your ability to celebrate with us today. So thank you guys so much. And I want to talk a little bit first about the mission of the group and see if this is something that inspires you. Okay. So the mission of this group is we want to build this community for everyone who has had some type of spiritual experience, some type of spiritual awakening. And they want a place to understand how to practically embody their spiritual gifts or turn their spiritual gifts on, and do it with the tools of human design so that you can actualize your gifts. And ultimately, what human design is saying is you want to work in alignment with your satisfaction. Projectors, you want to work in a place where you're recognized. Imagine what would happen on the planet if everybody was working in a place that they love, where they were feeling satisfied, where they were making enough money to do what they loved, and projectors were being recognized for their role to lead, guide, and direct. So the mission is very important, and we are going to double down on this Facebook group. So anybody who is wanting to share their spiritual awakenings, and I'm going to ask you guys after this live stream to share a little bit more about your spiritual experiences. And I'm going to ask you to share in the group so we can reconnect, we can recommit, we can go on deeper levels. Now, let me explain this. Let me back up just a little bit. What is a spiritual awakening? Now, the funny thing is, it's a very nebulous and it's not a very logical explanation because everybody has a different interpretation of what spiritual awakening is. And so I want to kind of lay the foundation here so you guys can feel into it and you can let me know if you've had experiences like this. First of all, for those of you who are here live and those of you listening to the replay, please let me know. Have you had some type of spiritual experience, some type of mystical event? Now, let me explain what I mean by that. We've got a runaway hare. So, what happens is that you have some type of experience that makes you realize that everything out there, the physical world, the government, the jobs, money, the houses, like everything in the physical world, you realize that it is not the only thing available. You have aha moments. You have connection. You have a moment of clarity. You start asking yourselves bigger questions like, why am I a human on the planet at this time in history? You start asking, what is the meaning to life? Why am I here? You start digging in to the profound shifts available in meditation, in spiritual healings, in spiritual awakenings. You start questioning reality. You start wondering, isn't there more to life than just A, B, and C? Isn't there more to life? Now, some of you say yes, many books, series full. Yes, Bella. Anyone else have had some type of experience where you've questioned reality, where you've had downloads from guides, where maybe you've connected to the other side, where maybe you've felt love beyond this world, maybe you've had an outer body experience, maybe you've had an NDE, a near-death experience, maybe you've tapped into that multi-dimensional frequency, or you've had a psychic hit, or you have all the synchronicities where it's like, oh my God, this cannot be a coincidence. There's so much guiding me. There's so much around me. There's so much informing my life. You start to realize that you want to fulfill a greater dimension, a greater purpose. Anyone else have that feeling that there's something more here, something more available for you? Yes? Yeah? So the mystics, So the mystics, Colleen, this is a really important topic that we're going to discuss today. Okay. The mystics in human design, the mystical way is a path in human design that shows us spiritual awakening. Is it not live on Facebook, Vicki? It's not live on Facebook? Davidian, are you there? Do you know if we got live on Facebook? Is anyone here on Facebook? It's not live on Facebook. That's crazy. You are live on Facebook. It's live on Facebook. Hi, Jennifer. It's not working on Facebook. You're watching it now. Okay, I think we're getting it on Facebook. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad you made it, Vicki. Hi. Hi, Jennifer. Oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I know you're here. Okay, so you're on YouTube? Okay. Well, I'm so happy you guys are here. I can't wait to talk about this on deeper levels. Spiritual awakening and your human design. Lucille, it showed up on our personal page, but was here first. Oh, is that what it is? Okay. So here's the thing. I am on my personal Facebook page today. The reason for this is I am calling, I am revealing, I am stepping out of the spiritual closet. And I'm revealing, there's always parts of us we like to hide, right? There's always places where we feel, oh, I don't want this person to know I've gone so woo. I've gone off the deep end. I've done this. I've done that. I'm speaking about this crazy stuff. I don't want this person to see me, this family member, this, and right now I'm stepping into greater and deeper levels of leadership because we're moving quickly to the shifting of the wheel. We're moving quickly to the time when there is great confusion on the planet. There is a lot of control. There's so much manipulation. And as the logic shifts from the global epoch, there's going to be a lot more confusion. And so I really want my personal Facebook page to also be a place where I can connect with the like-minded, those of you who are on a spiritual journey. Why? Because I want to start today with this topic. Of all of you out there who have had mystical experiences of some kind, where you're the black sheep, where you've talked about this and people make fun of you, or there's so much more to this world that you want to connect at the heart level, that death is an illusion, that the only thing you're really here to do is to self-actualize. And yet everyone around you is still caught up in the material plane, that you feel alone. You feel like you've been ostracized. I know when I was working in the corporate environment, the thing that was the most painful for me was that I had to stuff down all of my spiritual communication, all of my insights, all of my psychic development. And what happened was, because of that penta in the corporate world, I took on their fear. I took on their intensity. You were in the spiritual closet. Thank you. Thank you for making me feel like I'm not in the closet. But it depends on who you talk to, right? Because the people who know me on my personal page, that knew me, 10 years ago, that are keeping, tabs on my life, who definitely think this topic is for the, you know, the weirdos, the conspiracy theorists, the whatever, however they see me, I know that it's not how you guys see me, right? And I usually speak to many people that have similar feelings like that. They don't quite fit in, and they want to develop their gifts more. They tap into the energetics. They know there's more to this world. They have lucid dreaming. They have mystical experiences. They maybe have times where they literally connect in with the those people who have transitioned, right? I had a physical appearance by somebody who had transitioned, and I was so terrified by that. uh, but that was one of many different spiritual experiences that I've had. And in human design, what I came to realize was, first, it was the thing that helped me practically live on this earth plane. And so, what I also see is people on their spiritual path that have lost touch with the friggin' grounded earth plane. They're not able to make money. They've given their money away. They are not grounded and stable in this world. And that is also really a big part of my mission. Those of you who want to have jobs that are satisfying, want to take your next step in your business, want to deepen the practicality of the work here on the earth plane, and you want to learn human design so that you can be living your mission in this next turning of the wheel, which we all know is coming. We all know that the ground is shifting, that the world is changing, that there's a lot of things that okay, please. Okay, you're evicted. Please stop the comments. Please block the user. Jesus. Delete comment, block the user. Okay. I always get at least one spammer. All right. Thank you, spammer, and good night. All right. So that made me nervous for a minute, and now I lost my train of thought. Okay. So the grounded spiritual work through human design. Okay. But the one thing that we did forget was that human design is birthed from a spiritual experience. I don't care that he used a different word and called it the encounter. It was a spiritual awakening. It was a download from spiritual guides. And it was practical, and it was information that changed the world. And if you don't know, human design is one of the most popular, fastest growing Google search terms on the internet, because we need this information. If you are being called to me, it is not just the spiritual beings. It is those of you who are like, wow, I know human design is important. It's an important piece to the puzzle, because projectors are not just here to recognize themselves and recognize each other. We are here to provide the foundation for the collective recognition of human design as a type in this world. We're not all here just to be generators. There is a different type. And once societally, collectively, the world expands to the point where this knowledge is as common as astrology, people will start to see the projector as a type. And once that happens, we can fulfill our purpose here as leaders of this next turning of the wheel. And so it's the job not just of projectors, but of all of you generators here. You recognize us. We cannot do it alone. The best part of the projector leadership is we are not the lone wolf anymore. Manifestors, I love you, but you are here to move into peace and to pass the baton, because the lone wolf leader is not what is needed. We need delegation. We need coming together. We need community. We need people awakening. We need you to believe in yourself and your role, your unique piece to this puzzle, your unique mission and purpose. And this is what the Facebook group is all about. It is going to double down on our teaching, double down on the experience, double down on the spiritual awakening, and double down on you stepping into the abundance that you need to live your unique path. Some of you, it's a little bit harder. You are a unique creature. You're a unique being. And so we need to get all of you to the place where you can believe that you can live your unique life. Okay? You can live your unique life making money as yourself. And sometimes, yeah, that means you got to take on a little side hustle. You got to do a little thing here, a little thing there. You got to work on your money mastery mindset. I truly believe that's really important. And those of you who are with me in my mastermind, which, by the way, the mastermind group is so powerful. People who are stepping into doubling their business income, people who are utilizing their human design to awaken their gifts in business, but also just to awaken their spiritual gifts, and to know that abundance is it's not just our natural birthright, it's something you have to work on. So that is my mastermind group. And then the following Saturday, May 11th, that's coming up. I know it felt like it's forever, but it's finally coming up. We are doing our workshop on Rave Cosmology. Now, the spiritual awakening is shown in Rave Cosmology. This is the start of my certification program. The certification program is going to teach you how to guide people through the mystical, guide people through the unseen forces, guide people through this 2027. It's also about how to recognize the rave children, and it's about how to recognize your guides within. So I want to talk a little bit more about the spiritual merging in your human design chart. And this is a very interesting topic. Okay. So first of all, did you know that you could see the spiritual awakening in your human design chart? Give me a yes or no. Hi, Lorena. Oh my God, it's so good to see you. Little did we know this is going to explode as it is right now. Years ago, right, Andrea? It's a huge explosion happening. Huge. And this is the beginning of it. Do you focus on working with projectors? I do. Yes, absolutely. But not only. I work with every type. And we work together because you really need all types. You need every type to recognize the projector, but I do work with all types. Okay, yes or no? Spiritual awakenings in your human design chart? No? Anyone else? This is the topic for today. Yes! Okay, so I've had a lot of spiritual teachers tell me they did not know and they did not see the spiritual awakening in the human design chart. They would say things like, it only got so far, but it didn't show where my psychic gifts were. It didn't show where I was clairvoyant. It didn't show where I was clairaudient. It didn't show in the chart. Now, this is the piece of rave cosmology that most people do not understand, okay? Rave cosmology is the aura mechanics of the encounter. That means that Ra is showing through your human design chart where and how a spiritual awakening can be deepened, nurtured, and self-actualized by studying and understanding your chart. For some reason, as a child, I was a seeker. I wanted to see enlightened teachers. I wanted to see an enlightened master. I was out there looking, searching, trying to see teachers that were truly enlightened. I wanted to see what it was like. Was it different? Were they ordinary? They are not ordinary. Okay. There are people who have transcended this dimension 100%. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've witnessed it. The reality is not the same with these people. Now, that is the potentiality, though, for each and every one of us. It is within the human design archetypal energy. Now, the spiritual awakenings in the chart show you that when these energies intensify and you move from the 3D to the 5D, meaning fourth density energies enter into your arena. Now, before you have fourth density energies, meaning you've had some type of spiritual awakening, okay, what happens is you live in the island of separation. That island where you think, all my problems are my own. No one can relate to me. There's no guides available. The world is chaotic. You live in this place. Even those people who are having positive experiences with their businesses, or they've, maybe become billionaires, if they don't know their connection to the spiritual realm, their life is a little bit more like a hell realm. Okay, their life is a little bit more frantic. There's betrayals, there's dramas. I mean, people like Jim Carrey, where he talked about, I wish everyone could just be famous and millionaires so that they could understand that that's not the answer. Because we look at it and we think, oh, if only I was famous and a millionaire, then I'd be happy. Then all of my troubles would be gone. But once you arrive there, you've hit a goal, or you have some type of, oh, here's my fancy house, here's my fancy car, and you still feel empty. Maybe people are jealous of you. That's great. Maybe you've achieved some kind of business success, but deep down in your core, you know that something is superficial. Why is it when you die, you don't take your home, you don't take the money, you don't take all of your accolades? What do you take? And I'm coming from a person who's had enough out-of-body experiences and studied enough NDEs to know that there is a process that happens when you're out of body. Okay. When you are out of your body, you are still alive. You survive death. When you're out of your body, what happens is you go through this traveling, what feels like traveling. When you're out of body and you're moving to the other side, you have a life review, and you review everything that has happened in your life. You review it from the higher perspective. You review it from the place of every negative, mean word you said. You feel it not just from your voice, but from the energy and the frequency of the person who received that. Every single kind gesture you made, you feel it not just coming from you, but from the person who received it. Every level of service is spread out like ripples of feathers and silk and generosity to the world. You feel what you've done. You feel what you've transcended. You feel the life that you lived. Every NDE person comes back and they realize, I do not want just a superficial life. It's not enough for me just to thrive and work in something I hate, just to get on top, just to build and get on top of the mountain and say I won. That is not why we are here on the earth plane. We're not here to fight. We're not here to say our God is better and you're wrong. We're not here to do all that BS that is happening on the planet right now. And I am calling all of you who have that awakening to step outside to witness that in the truth we are one, connected. There is no fighting. I'm calling all of you that are ready to hold this place. We might be a minority right now because everybody wants to follow those people that are like, follow me and you will have $1 million in 10 days. Because everybody thinks that's the answer. And the truth is, making money is part of the answer. Because it is part of our truth. We are here to be abundant beings, but the problem is we don't see it from the spiritual perspective. We don't see it from the perspective that it's the law that we're in abundance, and so we don't live in that realm. We live in the realm of, I'm not worthy, so I have to work really hard. We live in the realm where my message isn't important, so I need to will my way through it. And then what we have is pain, frustration, angst, and people who surrender their power to someone else to tell them what to do, to use their sacral energy because they have the vision for them. So we just think in the confusion, in the fear, in the frustration, here, take my power, take my commodity, right? And yet also the opposite is so true, where some people get to so far off where I don't want to use my commodity, I don't want anyone to use it, so then you block yourself from work that could be satisfying. You block yourself from jobs that might be correct for you right now because you think, oh, I have to stay in this place or this job, or oh, it's not cool if I get a job because I'm A, B, and C. It's like we block ourselves in all the ways that we need to free ourselves. We need to step into the place where we believe that our lives are valuable, our message is important, our beingness is needed, and that we should be paid handsomely for what we do. We should be paid because we're in the 3D, and hopefully one day we won't need to be paid, but right now we do. And so we need to make offers. We need to show up with money as the conversation, because otherwise we cannot survive. Okay. But we don't want it to be the only thing because we know that there's so much more. We know that there's so much more available. So it's both things. When you're talking spirituality, you have to understand both things are true. That way you can hold the awakening with the abundance. You can hold the abundance, meaning you can hold wealth, you can hold money, you can hold investments properly. And then you're stable enough that when that fourth density frequency comes in, that is beyond just the material plane, okay? You don't have to misinterpret it and think, oh, wow, now that I'm so spiritual, I got to give away all my money and I've got to donate everything. Maybe a little bit, but not all of it, okay? You don't want to think, wow, now I'm in the fourth density. I can feel connected. I know that I am one with everything. So now I don't need to worry about my house. I don't need to worry about my job. I don't need to worry about my business. No, you need to be practical too. You got to be able to step into the fourth density, get messages from the guides, and interpret it correctly. Interpret the message correctly. Do you need to hear that today? Hi, Tampa Storm. You're finally catching the live? Yay! Who's Tampa Storm? So when we are getting into the fourth density, what that means is things get weird. Lot of synchronicities. People may think you're off. You may talk about, a lucid dream that you had. You may have psychic hits. You may have downloads. You may say, oh my God, my guides guided me today to plant crystals in the neighborhood. I don't know why. But you do things because you are guided. You provide service, you provide kindness because you know that that is the truth of what we need, the vibrational truth. It is both. Those fourth density energies are very easily confused. It causes fear. People think it's the friggin', I was going to say the devil, but then I thought, oh my God, I don't want to freak people out. But the point is, if you have fear and limited interpretation, you will see it wrong. It's the freaking truth. You don't understand what the energy is. Okay. Now, look back in history. Look back in the days when we thought Zeus was holding up the world or whatever the heck people believed. We thought that there was the god of the underworld, and we thought there was god, all different types of gods, and people didn't really understand. But you look around the world today, and there's still a lot of fantasy, childlike misperception of what God is. So what do? We get really afraid. So we say, please tell me what to believe. Please tell me how to behave. Please tell me what to think. Or you rebel and you twist what you see. Okay? And by the way, if you think that you're not being manipulated and controlled by all of the bots and the conspiracies and all of the things trying to manipulate your perception, the way you think, your energy online, you're wrong. That is happening. Okay? If you don't know how to pull all of your energy back, all of your frequency, all of your light source back into your vehicle, you will get swept into the confusion. It's happening everywhere. Do you guys see that? Do you see how many people get swept up into all of the freaking chaos and confusion out there? Do you guys see that as well? Are you seeing that? So what I'm here to tell you today is that when you are solid in the truth of who you are, you know your truth, you know you're not self. You can stand in a powerful, positive alignment to bring in higher vibrational beings and frequencies into your life to help serve your awakening, to help serve your mission, to bring forward new job opportunities, to bring forward new money opportunities. It's practical as well as spiritual. You got one hand grounding you on the earth, and the other hand connected to the guides. You've got the voice of the divine force coming through, moving you to have a grounded life that's beautiful. I'm helping my MG friend through this. That's beautiful. I love that. That's what we're here to do as projectors, right? Colleen says, I have the label describing that, a big picture perspective and small picture perspective. That's amazing. I love that. That's beautiful. So let's pause here for 1 minute and bring it back to your human design chart. Now, I'm going to say a couple of things that might upset some people, and I really hope it doesn't. How many of you have at least one individual channel? If you don't know, go to the group, post your chart, and after we go live, I will help you understand it. By the way, I have 2 homework assignments for you guys today. One, I want you to post your chart in the group and talk about a spiritual experience that you've had. This is the time. We're relaunching the Facebook group and I want to hear from you. So I want to do those 2 things. Okay. Type it in the chat. Who has a individual channel? Vicky, you do? Wow, that surprises me, Vicky. Who else? I know Vicky can't be the only one. Who else? Jennifer! Who else? Who else? Who else? Who has individual circuitry? And if you don't know, put I don't know, so I know how to follow up with you, okay? If you don't know, put I don't know in the chat because I really want to know. Or say no. Say no. You forgot? Okay. Can you explain? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So there's 3 circuit groups, primary circuit groups in your human design chart. Kelly, you for sure do. Kelly, you for sure do. I know you do too, Bella, because of your channel, the 2551. The channel of struggle, Colleen. Yep. The channel of struggle. Kelly, you have a ton. You've got the 3457, to the 20. No channels. No channels? Are you reflector, Jordan? Are you reflector? The only one with no channels would be a reflector. So the mystical way, the mystic, the one who is able to take us through the tribal instigating awakening, the mystic comes through the individual circuitry. According to Ra, those are the mystics. The spiritual awakening hits a hanging tribal gate. Okay? The hanging tribal gate is also needed, so you need those 2 things for an experience and for an encounter. The experience and the encounter bring in 3 guides. Now, everyone has guides, and I do want to let you know, I want to pique your curiosity just a little bit, okay? Your guides are explored in the color, and I'm going to go through that in the Rave Cosmology Workshop. Yes, I'm inviting you into the workshop. Yes, I want everybody to attend. Yes, I want you to understand that it is going to change your world, your life. Yes, I want you to know that you are going to have a spiritual awakening of sorts and a connection to your guides. It is going to be epic. I want to encourage you to jump in if you haven't yet, because the energy is intensifying. You need to understand that if you are here, you are having a calling. You need to know that human design is in its process of expanding to the collective. You need to understand that when the radical logic dismantles, you are going to be needed. This is information most people are not teaching in human design, and this will be the opportunity for you to receive this information. It is very, very affordable. So I really, really hope that I can inspire you to join us on May 11th. Let me give you the link. The cost is only $197. I do already have a bonus that you will get right away. The bonus is a download on clearing the karma to prepare you for the event. The guides are coming through very, very huge. Oh, there's oh shoot, an error occurred with Facebook. Darn it. Okay. That's weird. It's on May 11th. I know a lot of you already here are signed up. So I want you to get excited. I want you to get really excited because my guides have literally downloaded piece after piece after piece of what is going to be brought forward. They've already began to teach me how to teach you through the encounter. Already getting information about those people who have entities as guides, that there is a connection to the voice. The voice is the energy that came through Ra during his encounter. So a lot of things are kind of coming through right now, and people need to be ready to handle fourth density consciousness because we are awakening. Now, I know when you look out on the sea right now of confusion and chaos, it doesn't look like we are, but it is our job and your job to hold the energy and the frequency for the awakening within yourself while people melt down. So, there's two things you need in your human design chart for the encounter. And welcome, by the way, Jordan. It's really fun to have a reflector here, 6-2 reflector. So the guides are going to come through color and through a tribal hanging gate. That's two places that it's going to come through. Now, when we go through the Rave Cosmology certification, I'm going to teach you what it means through each tribal gate. And then you're going to know how to decipher which guide came through where and when. Okay, so you are going to also then be able to invite the encounter in a controlled way. Most encounters come through when I talked about NDEs. Okay, most people have NDEs as a huge wake-up call. They friggin' flew off their motorcycle, or they OD'd, or they were very, very sick because they overworked themselves, car accidents, really extreme things. And that's your soul pushing you to awaken. The soul pushes you in not as extreme ways by divorces, financial losses, extreme family betrayals, all kinds of different dramas. Think about it. When did your awakening happen? It usually happens from a tribal family betrayal, a breakup, right? These kinds of things instigate awakenings. And in order to have the level of awakening that will assist us and assist humanity and assist you personally in your own life to stand in the center of the storm, regardless of how many people think you're nuts, regardless of how many people might not recognize you, or you decide to leave this job, or you decide to leave this family, you decide to, whatever it is that you decide to do, you have the conviction within you because you know what is true for you. You know the truth for you. Now, after my last live, I talked about St. Francis of Assisi and the drama karma. You guys, I cannot even tell you the friggin' synchronicities that you guys emailed me with. I mean, I was literally crying. I was literally shivering because the intensity with which this group has come together. That's when we have those types of synchronicities. When somebody just bought the Francis of Assisi spray and they were spraying it. I didn't even know St. Francis of Assisi spray was a thing. Ciao, by the way, I think you're still in here. That freaking blew my friggin' mind. And a couple other people sent me all kinds of synchronicities as well. Some were really intense and really, I don't want to share all of them, but like really big things are happening in this community. Really big things. And the point is, I am inspired to step more powerfully in my leadership to assist you in believing in the power of this work, of the spiritualized human design, where it's not just the human design intellectual stuff, okay? You're blocked, okay? You can't just spam people in here. He has a spread. It's crazy. So that, you guys, your experiences literally made me cry last week. And I was like, okay, we are building, we are awakening, we are having profound ahas. You guys are like meeting each other in person. Like things are happening so big right now in this community. And Davidian and I are double down in what we are providing. If you didn't see Davidian's last video, it was epic. My next video coming out is going to blow your mind. We are going to continue our work to support you. But I also am not going to be afraid to let you guys know this is not a non-profit. This is my business. I support myself, my family. This is a business that is growing and expanding. We have gone over multiple six figures in this business. We are building wealth and abundance so that you know it's possible to be a projector and live your truth, have spiritual awakenings, be grounded, create, invest, make money. Okay, it's all of it. It's all of it here. And I don't see that everywhere. I see a lot of amazing people talking self-growth and self-improvement and making millions, which I love. But there is something missing for me because I am tapped into the psychic, the intuitive, the mystical. There's awakenings happening. There's guides in my room. There's like transformations happening. I am a spiritual being, and I know that ultimately the spiritual awakening is where it's at. And it has to be part of the conversation. The human design piece has to be part, because if you don't know how to ground the spiritual downloads and your guides, you're going to fly off. You're not going to be able to pay the bills. If you're a projector and you're on the spiritual, like fifth dimension, it's really friggin' hard to understand how to live correctly and make money and be grounded. It's really, really freaking hard to do, especially right now. But guess what? We've got a few more years until that's all going to change for us. Projectors, celebrate. All right. So if you're just jumping on, we are celebrating a couple of things today. We have a brand new Facebook group launch, Spiritualized Human Design. If you are not in the group, please join now. You have homework. I want everybody who's here live to give me a why if you are going to do your homework. Do you guys remember what the homework is? We are going to ask you to type in the Facebook group a spiritual experience. Everybody give me a why. Give me a why. Give me a why. Give me a why. Interesting that you have the spray. I have a huge synchronicity too with her story. Yeah, it is so good. All right, hold on a second. I want to show Kirsten's chat. Oh, wait. Where did it go? Did I show it? Where is it? Hold on. Show. There we go. When my sister left our tribe and split not only family but community apart, it was a huge awakening. Then I had a huge medical condition living in my not self. Okay, that's a perfect example. That's a perfect example. Those types of things, and also, we do see a lot of triggering in the medical, right? And what's happening in the body. because it's like the pain, the experience, it wakes you up. So this is huge. This is huge. And so when we have these types of experiences, you do have a choice on how you are going to process what happened, how you are going to learn from what happened, and how you can use that as a calling to your up leveling, or you go into victim, right? So when you learn and when you do this work of understanding the depth available to these triggers, when you are not afraid to call in the wisdom from your guide, when you are willing and able to understand your human design chart, embody the lesson, what happens is a door cracks open. It cracks open to the other side. That door cracks open, and a higher vibrational frequency comes through. That higher vibrational frequency is the message that only you can interpret. So nobody can tell you. People can say, this is what I've received, but nobody can tell you how to interpret it, because it's like you're your own country. You know, it's like if you go to France, you need to speak French. If you go, you know, to any other country, you need to learn that language, right? Well, when your guides come through your vehicle, your guides are multidimensional, and they are communicating in a way that is only unique to this vehicle. You want to think of it also in the same way that you think of your mom and your dad coming together to birth you. That birthing is very unique. It's DNA coding that can only make you. And it's really important to understand it in this way, because sometimes we just write it off. Oh, I kind of felt this frequency, or I had this one synchronicity, or I kind of had this. But you have to focus on it with the level of attention and detail, as though someone is trying to communicate in a way that only you will be able to interpret. And it's for you and you alone. Oh my God, I'm getting the yeses. Yes, 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 yes. Hi, Mama's Happy Place, Tiffany. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Vicky. You're the best. Vicky said, I would encourage anybody who knows somebody in the HD community who feels they have hit a wall or feels like their experiment has turned mundane. That's it. To share Raquel with them, as she teaches what others don't and really brings in the mystical aspects that are missing. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Vicky. I really do appreciate that. And you can still invite your friends to the Rave Cosmology. That is the most mystical of all. And this is really what is happening for me. My human design path led me to trust my spiritual awakenings on a deeper level, to trust the messages I'm getting from my guides, to trust the mystical moments in life, to allow higher density beings to come through, to commit to my spiritual awakening. Because in the past, anytime I continued to go deeper into my spiritual life, I could not work, I could not ground, I could not make money. And so it was like I had a choice. It was like I either had to make money, or I had to be in the woo and travel all over the world and be in the mystical, and then come home, you know, with no money kind of thing. And I realized that human design was the bridge. I think the reason why human design has gotten kind of mundane and in the intellect and like very intellectualized is because Ra wanted to separate human design from what he thought was the new age. And so he kind of badmouthed the new age. And so a lot of human design people don't understand that they are the new age. They didn't understand that it actually was a spiritual awakening. Now, when you see the spiritual awakening in the human design, you can't see anything else. You see it as not just a GPS to living your life practically here, but it's the GPS to awaken your spiritual gifts, to stand in the mystical, to have a mystical experience, to awaken to those greater callings, to have a spiritual connection to the unseen forces, to let that in and not be afraid, because you will not misinterpret it when you know yourself. Kristen says, it's so huge, it's hard to put into word, but loving how I'm learning to embody these lessons. I cannot wait to hear. I cannot wait to hear. So your homework for this class right now, and one of the things I want to do is embody my teachings for all of you who are in the Facebook group and in my community, okay? I want to embody these teachings to serve and support all of you. And so I want you to all, after this live stream, to go to the homework and post your spiritual experience, okay? And put it in the group so we can all connect with each other. Okay. Now, the other thing is I have 2 tickets to the Rave Cosmology Workshop. Now, these people, I've already pulled their names. I do give tickets. I do give extra tickets for those people who are signed up in my classes, because it's a way for me to reward my community. I do give extra tickets for people who are commenting on posts and really participating. And I do give extra tickets. I do in the raffle, and I do a randomizer, and I draw the names. But I also do want you guys to know that, when you are in my community, I do give extra tickets. And the reason I'm doing that is because you're committed. When you commit and when you show up for yourself and when you fully stand up and commit and invest in your growth and your transformation and your work, then I can support you more, because I can coach you and I can hold for you and I can help guide you. And so it's just a way for me to be able to give back and to work, right? However, there is still one more ticket I will pull next week, and you can still invite your friends into the Facebook group. Now, with that said, the price of this workshop is going up. Okay, this workshop is the value of the workshop is far greater than the price. Okay, so I do want to give you guys an opportunity also to sign up for the workshop. Now, before I pull the names, I do want you guys to know that if you are like, I have to go to this workshop, I don't care if I'm the winner, I have to invest in it, and I pull your name, you can apply that payment to anything in our store. Okay, you can apply that payment to the Rave Cosmology certification as well. So any investment you make in this workshop, you can apply to the certification. Okay. Now, does anybody have any questions before I pull the names? Now, can you guys give me a little drum roll? The way we do a drum roll in this group, I'm going to post one more time. I'm going to post the workshop. And I do want you guys to know that if you have a friend that you want to invite to the workshop, I'm going to give you a $50 gift certificate to our store as well. So if you have somebody who signs up to the workshop, you are getting $50 credit. You can use towards our classes, or you can use towards the store. Okay, so if one of you guys wants to bring a friend and your friend buys it, comes to the workshop, you win. Now, drum roll, emojis. Drum roll, emojis. So everybody give me a drum roll, any kind of emoji. I like to do a big build up. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Lucille. Oh, is that a drum roll? Oh my God. I was like, what are those things? I didn't even know they had that emoji. Okay, give me a drum roll emoji. But if you don't find it, just give me any emoji. Come on. We need a couple more emojis. Thank you, Jennifer. Woohoo. Thank you, Chow. All right, Lucille. Yay, Kelly. Rogue. I'm committed. How long is the course going to run? So it's going to be an all-day event, and then we're going to have a bonus class. So it's going to be probably the last time we ran for 3 hours with a break. We also had a break. So, and then we're going to have a bonus class. And so it's going to be very, very profound. Yay, Colleen! So excited. So excited. So the other thing is, if you join into the workshop, okay, you will immediately get an email asking for your birth data. We have a printout that we send you. And then I start asking you questions to contemplate for the workshop. I give you your first bonus, okay, which is the clearing of the drama karma. Okay. And that is preparing you to up-level your experience for the spiritual awakening that we are all going to have. Wherever you are right now with your spiritual connection to your guides, everyone's going to tap into it just a little bit more. And the reason why we put so much time between the sign up and the event is because my guides wanted to start working in the multidimensional field. And usually that happens through, like what happened with Chow and Vicky, and there was a few other people last week when I started talking about the Assisi, the St. Francis of Assisi, and all the things about the drama and the karma. I think I have yours, Vicky. Yeah. But if it's been a while since you've been in my class, please resend it, because we did change our software. But what's happening is we're working together in the multiverse, which is basically like fourth density, where we're all connected. We've risen outside the he said, she said, the my God's better than your God, the I hate you, you hate this, I hate that, I believe this, you believe that. Like, we're all rising above that. We realize we're connected at the grid, and we have profound synchronicities together. And that's what I love about my groups, is the connection, the synchronicities. People are willing to like surrender to higher wisdom, and it's already starting to pop. And so my guides are kind of like out there working with your guides. So it's like when you have someone on the earth plane who is working with their guides, it's easier for us to connect with someone who's in a physical body, because we're humans, we're far away from the other side. You know, it's hard for us. We drank the juice to forget, and we are confused. So we can all connect more powerfully through these physical vehicles. And so that's what the buildup is. So I want you guys to know there's a lot of buildup. If you are on the fence about the Rave Cosmology Workshop and you're like, Raquel, I don't know, I don't have the money, but I really want to go, or I this, or I that, or blah, 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 just email me at support@raquelreina.com, and I will help talk you through whatever concerns you're having about it. Okay. I have 2 people that I'm going to announce right now who had put their names in the hat, who invited people in the group, who had a lot of raffle tickets, but it was a randomizer. Okay. The first name. Y'all ready? Kirsten Wilson. Kirsten Wilson. You are the first winner of the Rave Cosmology Workshop. Can you guys celebrate? Yay, Kirsten! Ticket number 2. This person, I received tons of Facebook invitations from this person. They're also been in my classes. They have been participating. They're commenting. They've gotten lots of tickets, and they are going to the Rave Cosmology Workshop. Drumroll, please. Lucille LeBlanc! Lucille LeBlanc! So I did choose 2 people. Next week, I will choose 1 more. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to go live because we're going to do the class on Saturday. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but you can still enter the drawing. Especially right now while we are building up the Facebook group. So if you know people who have had a spiritual experience, who feel on the outside, who feel like no one understands them, who feel like human design's gotten, like Vicky said, to the mundane, and they don't know how to tap into the mystical, or it's the other way around. They've gotten spiritual. They don't know how to be grounded, all those things. Please invite them into the Facebook group. We are up leveling. We are double downing, and we are going to lift everyone up in our community to new heights and new levels as we get closer and closer to 2027. For those of you who are coming to the Rave Cosmology Workshop, I cannot wait. I'm so excited. For those of you who need a little bit of push, I do want to tell you that this workshop is going to be the minute you say yes. Okay? The minute you say yes, I am going to support you through this process. You email me your birth date, and I will tell you your first guides. I will begin the process to help you see the spiritual awakening in your chart, help you to the process to understand what this mystical journey is, help you to ground in your human design a little bit more. Okay, so I hope you guys, if you're on the fence, that you take the leap with me. It is going to be magical, and it is going to be a journey that is truly unique. And I'm telling you, my guides are heightening and increasing all the dynamics. So, I hope y'all are joining in. By the way, Jennifer, I have a ticket for you as well. That was something that you and I agreed on. So if you don't remember, I got a ticket for you. All right. I'm going to end it here. Now, I'm going to expect you guys all to go into the Facebook group. Yeah, that was a gift that Jennifer earned from. It was one of the gifts I gave her. Yeah. I think that's everything. Yeah, I'm excited to see you again. So what else? I think we're completing for today. I hope you guys feel the inspiration, because I'm on fire. I am so committed to my work, my purpose. I'm so committed to all of you to assist you in really living in your truth and believing in yourself, not just your human design, but your wealth. Knowing that it's okay to invest, it's okay to spend money, be in the flow, be in the abundance. Know that the money is coming. Know that we are here as a community, that the abundance is the truth. We're not here to just feel afraid and feel like we don't have enough and we can't invest, and or our lives are falling apart and we got to overwork and we're stressed about money. Like, that is an illusion. Okay. And that is the piece that I am going to hold for all of you. And I know sometimes life happens, but I want us to all know that this community is stepping to the level of success that we are in infinite. There is no shortage. We are in the infinite, and I want you to believe in yourself so deeply, so profoundly, that I am believing in myself, that I am stepping into understanding my own success on greater and greater levels, and standing not just for my spiritual connection, but for my grounded material success in this world, because we need both. So with that said, I'm so grateful to see you, Bella. I've missed your beautiful energy and frequency, and I love your vibration. So happy you're here. And I want you guys to all know that if you're not coming to the Rave Cosmology, I love you just equally, and I'm holding for you. And this group is going to profoundly explode on every level. So please invite your friends. Remember, if you have a friend that you're bringing to the Rave Cosmology that signs up, $50 gift certificate to you as well. That's only for this moment here, like meaning everybody who's listening to this. I'm not going to put it out in the community. So for everybody who was here live, that's a special bonus. You just have to let me know, okay? All right. Go do your homework, and I'll see you in the Facebook group. Mwah. I love you guys.